Hello, my amazing artist, Mrs. Milligan misses you. Hello, today I'm going to read you one of my favorite books, and as you know, this is a book that I've had since I was a little girl. It's called Sammy the White House Mouse. It's by Elizabeth St. John and illustrated by Margie and Harold Coram. And this is the reason why I wanted to become an art teacher. This is one of my favorite books, so pay close attention. You might be drawing along with Mrs. Milligan. Sammy the White House Mouse by Elizabeth St. John. And there's his French horn. This is a story about a very special mouse family who lives between the walls of a big, happy people's house in Washington, D.C. The people's house sits high on the hillside overlooking the White House, where the president lives. It is springtime and the sweet smell of cherry blossoms fills the air. Mr. Mouse worked in a hardware store in the land of the micery. It was his job to pick up nails and screws with his little orange lift. Mrs. Mouse stayed at home, getting ready for their new family of baby mice who were due to arrive any day. On July the 4th, when all the fireworks were popping and sparkling, Mrs. Mouse had 10 little mice babies. 9 of the little mice were pink and covered with fuzzy gray coats, and their little tails were long and straight. But one little mouse was different. His ears were red, his fur was white, and his eyes were blue that sparkled stars. Mr. and Mrs. Mouse named their little mice that looked alike Berry Bow, Carrie Co, Deary Doe, Friendly Foe, Happy Ho, Jolly Joe, Louie Low, Moody Mo, and Nicholas No. The little mouse that was different they named Sammy. All the little mice children made squeaky mouse noises except Sammy, and he was so quiet. He never said a word. He would blink his blue eyes that sparkled stars. Mr. and Mrs. Mouse worried about little Sammy, so they took Sammy to Dr. Get You Well Mouse. Dr. Mouse said, "Sammy is different as he can be. His red ears and white fur will always stay. He will never be a true mouse gray. His starry blue eyes are a mystery to me. Send him to micery school. Then we shall see." Look at poor Sammy's all upset sitting over there in the big chair. Soon time had come for all the mice children to go to the micery school. Their teacher was Miss Who Knows, taught the children the micery rules. Sammy tried very hard to be like the other mice. He learned well and was good even when the other little mice pulled his tail and made fun of him because he couldn't talk. It's not very nice, is it? Toward the end of school, Miss Who Knows was sure that Sammy's sparkling eyes held a secret. Only the 9 wise mice men of the round cheese table could know the answer. There was nothing left for Mr. and Mrs. Mouse to do but to take little Sammy to the 9 wise mice men. The 9 wise mice men of the round cheese table solve micery problems. They are very wise and know what to do about everything. Soon the day came for Sammy to go to the 9 wise mice men. Mrs. Mouse wanted little Sammy to look like all the other mice, so she made him a little gray coat to cover his white fur, a little mouse cap to cover his red ears, and dark glasses to cover his flashing eyes. The 9 wise mice men were very kind and made Sammy feel at home. In the great micery hall, they said, "Good morning," but little Sammy did not answer. They asked Sammy his name, but he did not answer. One of the mice walked over to little Sammy and took off his dark glasses. Little Sammy blinked his flashing blue eyes. All 9 mice men nodded, for they knew what this meant. This meant yes. Then They took off his gray coat and cap and saw his white fur and cherry red ears. Notice the table made of cheese. Everyone at the round cheese table smiled because they knew little Sammy was a very special little mouse born to be the White House Mouse. Every 40 years or so, a mouse is born to assist the President of the United States, and Sammy was that special mouse. The 9 wise mice men gave Sammy a little gold horn to blow so that he could be heard. The 9 wise mice men sent Sammy to the White House for the mouse code training. Then everyone could understand Sammy and his flashing blue eyes, even in other lands around the world. The 9 wise mice men announced their joyous news that Sammy was the new White House Mouse. That Sammy is going to the White House as a special assistant to the President of the United States of America. It was great news for the land of misery. All the mice children came to wish Sammy good luck and to see his gold horn. The children were sorry they had been mean to Sammy, but Sammy forgave them. All in the land of misery were proud of little Sammy, the White House Mouse. There he is. The end. Now, artist, I told you that we would be drawing along, and as an artist, I always ask you to use your artist eyes, and we look at the shape of the mouse. His head is kind of like a teardrop, and his ears are the same shape, but they're not as pointy. And there's his cute little body. That, to me, that looks like a rectangle and curved lines to make the arms, and there's his little legs. So get a scrap piece of paper and a pencil, and we'll begin. Remember, artists, use your magic finger first, and this does not matter what it looks like as long as you are trying and having fun. Enjoy. Follow me.